My vegan daughter has made so many unreasonable demands of our family that I told her to either be a vegan quietly or move out. My daughter decided to become a vegan 6 months ago, and at the time I was fine with her being a vegan, and I want her to be happy, but now she started to make unreasonable demands and place the family under financial pressure every time she asks for meals that are plant-based. I love my daughter, and I wanted to be supportive, and for a while we all were. I would cook a big roast dinner for us all, and set aside a budget amount for vegan gravy, nut roasts and pea protein-based side dishes. I think she became so expectant of my wife and I, that every time she would come home she'd ask things like, "Did you get me the vegan bacon I asked for?" And if we got it wrong, she would have a tantrum. "What do you mean you didn't the tofu cubes?" I could not have made it clearer. "You are being so thoughtless, Dad." It really started to affect our relationship and my wife's state of mind. Last week, my daughter gave me a list of food she needed me to buy from the supermarket. She knew that I was already going out to shop for the family, which usually came to around $200 on essentials. She listed vegan sausages, burgers, tofu, every bean and variation of lentils on the market, in addition to nut-based milk and plant-based yogurts. She requested enough food to feed a family on top of what I had already planned. I asked her to compromise because we couldn't afford to pay for all of her food requests. I am a high school teacher and my wife is a receptionist. We work long hours and we get by okay, but when my daughter tries to make these big changes, we just can't handle it. She would cry and ask, "Why are you two punishing me for being environmentally friendly?" I know so many other parents who would be thrilled at having a daughter who loved animals as much as I do and one who eats so healthily. On that particular shopping trip, I spent $350. This was way over budget, so I had to put the money on my credit card, which is now burning a hole in my wallet. I pulled her aside and kindly asked if she would consider being vegetarian. I would never force her to eat meat because I agree that she is at liberty not to eat the same foods as the rest of the family, but I am supporting 3 other children and I don't want them to miss out either. I believe she has been hoping that if she makes enough demands, she will convert the family to her way of thinking. She turned to me and said, "But that is the cost of exercising sustainable eating." I don't know what you want me to say. You made the choice to have 3 kids on a budget, which of course hurt my feelings. I spoke to my other children and my son told me that she had asked him to start listening to a vegan podcast, and then my wife revealed that she had been asked to accompany my daughter on a vegan cooking course. My wife wanted to go with her, but it would have cost us $600, which was way too expensive and unfair to the rest of the family. After all, her siblings needed money for school trips and new uniform. When she was told no to the cooking course, she yelled, "Oh my God, you can't have favorite children. Scott got to go on that field trip. I don't see why I can't have this course." I told her to get a job and save up for it, and she quickly snapped, "As if I have time to work when I am at college." Every day we make extra meals for her. We have educated ourselves on how to be vegan, and my wife has been working extra hours to help fund my daughter's diet. We want to make the effort for her, and I felt so guilty for raising this issue, but it got too much, so I snapped. I said that she was being insensitive to our financial situation and failing to recognize the sacrifices we were all making to make her happy at home. She became enraged and said that she doesn't feel safe being in a family that eats meat all the time. According to her, we could easily make substitutes, and in not doing that, we were all advocating for animal abuse. So, I gave her an ultimatum. I told her that she had 2 options. Either be a vegan quietly and help us fund her needs, or move out and live with her grandparents on their working farm and see what they have to say about being vegan. She called me cruel and insensitive, and now she is refusing to speak to me. Did I take this too far?